Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.
It's been a few years since the Florida-LSU game had national championship implications, but it is once again a very big deal. Florida, this is a team that nobody saw coming in the first season under Jim McElwain. They just keep winning, and they're doing it with an elite defense that's holding people to under 300 yards per game. As for LSU, people have been waiting to watch them against an opponent that was going to load up the box to stop Leonard Fournette and force Brandon Harris to make some big throws. Florida is that opponent. It will be interesting to see how LSU responds. Of course, at night in Death Valley, always a good time. This game is the biggest of the week in the SEC.
Alabama quarterback Jay Coker says he needs to pick his game up after last week's 27-14 win against Arkansas, in which he threw 2 touchdowns but also threw 2 interceptions. Well, Ty's offensive line needs to pick up its game too, because Coker was sacked twice and he was knocked down several more times by the Razorbacks. This week, Alabama plays at Texas A&M. The Aggies have 19 sacks in 5 games, and if Alabama can't get his running game going in College Station, Coker is going to be under a lot of pressure.
Missouri's run of 2 consecutive SEC East titles appears to be ending. They've already got 2 losses in the SEC, and they've really struggled to generate offense, especially on the ground. They're 112th in rushing, playing a Georgia team this weekend that is pretty good against the run. Of course, the Bulldogs, they've got issues of their own. They're pretty desperate right now. They cannot afford to fall any further behind Florida, and they have to do it now without Nick Chubb. Their running back injured on the first play at Tennessee. That puts even more pressure on quarterback Grayson Lambert, a limited passer, to try to get things done down the field. Very tough sledding for Georgia right now, but they have to find a way to win at home this weekend against Missouri. When Ole Miss scheduled this game at Memphis a few years ago, it probably didn't seem like much of a non-conference road test. But credit Memphis, they've turned their program around and they are riding in on a 12-game winning streak dating back to last season, and it's going to be a tricky spot for the Rebels. The Tigers are a quality team. They've got the number 3 rated passer in the country in Paxton Lynch, so they're going to score some points on Ole Miss. But in the end, this is a Memphis defense that's 121st against the pass. Guys like Laquan Treadwell and Evan Ingram, they should have some wide open opportunities for big plays. Expect Ole Miss to wear down Memphis in the second half, but this one might be close. Mississippi State has entered a soft spot on its schedule before a really tough finish, so it's important for the Bulldogs to take advantage of games like Saturday against Louisiana Tech. This is also an important opportunity to get some reps for backup quarterback Nick Fitzgerald. He could be the heir apparent to Dak Prescott, senior quarterback leaving after this year. Developing Fitzgerald is going to be important, and if the Bulldogs take care of business early against Louisiana Tech, they can get him those reps like they did last weekend against Troy. Fitzgerald performed well. He looks like the quarterback of the future. This would be a nice time to find out a little bit more.
Southeastern Conference Whip Around, sponsored by AT&T.